Live, baby.
So I think for my second set, I'm just going to talk about sex. Is that all right?
No.
Cool. Sex is great.
What part of no did you not hear?
Don't worry, honey. I'm not giving them a play-by-play of our weekends. Don't worry.
No, listen.
I'm going to give you all a play-by-play of a couple of affairs I had in college.
Oh my God.
First of all.
Oh shit.
First of all.
Well, I mean, hey, you're the one who said you could do whatever the fuck you want. Be glad I'm not reenacting them.
Listen.
You can say whatever you want. I'm not stopping you.
Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of original old shit.
Oh, shit.
And then I'm going to do one covered shit.
Covered shit.
Taking the top off.
That's right. This first one, most of you I think have heard me do before. This one's called Born Again. I think most of you have heard this one. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin. I was scratching, ripping the flesh off my arms, legs, chest, face, exposing tendons, veins, arteries, bone, preparing for new skin. New skin to be shaped and molded by a ghost from what seemed like a lifetime ago. The only spirit I would trust to recreate me. Recreation under the dim stage lights, hot injections, molded creation, christened with a new identity. This is take two, the real deal. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin. I had spent a decade watching such creations be born and then disappear, forgotten cigarette smoke near the bar. Sometimes they came back. If the stars aligned right, another stayed on for eternity. I was experiencing what it was to be born again, terror shooting straight up my line, a rush hit I haven't felt since that day in Chicago nearly 5 years ago. Mold my new flesh, I am ready. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin, laying on my side, sweating in a laboratory upstairs. Fans circulating the stale air of creative sweat and cheap smoke being built from the face down. My skull stretched with liquid and powder canvas by the master, chest constrained and expanded, factory-hardened legs covered with blackness, callous feet encased in tattered laces and leather for lack of perfection. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin. I am in the waiting room, the master waiting for the final spark to bring me to life. All that remains of me is the eyes, twitching with overstretched nerves, new flesh pumping its way through my tense veins and tendons. Waiting for the right spark to kick, waiting. The others line up for the same old song and dance. Been there, done that, know what they're doing. I am waiting. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin. Lights up and the voice of God thundering from the booth. It is time. I stumble out on my tattered laces and leather. A new child, not quite getting the balance. I stumble out trying to kick the spark. God, hell, just trying to kick the spark. It sputters a bit, crackles and stutters. I pick up a couple of tattered bills and take solace in the fact I didn't vomit up my new flesh. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin. Lights up and the voice of God thundering from the booth. It is time, one last chance. On this sweaty night to kick the right spark, I breathe deep, inhaling my new flesh, soaking it in my lungs. I sway and groove, yes, I sway and groove, yes! Strutting in the dark lights of new life, that spark kicking right up the powder and liquid flesh of my spine. I am here, I am new, I have been reborn. My flesh turns back to concrete and plastic. I am raw and naked, eyes moving up and down from too much caffeine and too little sleep. The hangover of afterbirth is a Monday morning hell. Just got an itch to scratch, honey, flashing a killer grin.
Yeah.
Can we back up off the mic? Like, I am right here.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, and I know that's kind of an intense one. I'm sorry.
Like, give it like 6-8 inches.
That's true. I should give it some space. I'm not trying to suck it off, right?
One can only hope.
Yeah, you've been known to stick a microphone to anything.
That's true.
Just like Bo Burnham.
Oh, yeah, by the way, in case you guys haven't noticed, we were provided with coffee, so please help yourself to coffee. It's on the house. Okay, this is...
Donate to Dale.
Yes, thank you to Dale, wherever you are.
It's like really warm, so
Super donate to Dale.
Donate to Dale. Give your dollars. All right, so now that I've talked about metaphorical rebirth, now, seriously, we're going to talk about fucking.
Yay! God damn it.
Fucking shit.
Oh!
This one is called... this...
We walked into it. I'm sorry.
Right. This one is called Strange and Beautiful Skin. I came home with my usual scent of cheap cigarettes and beer permeating my leather jacket. On my flesh was the scent of new life blooming in the middle of nowhere, the scent of coconut grease in your strange flesh. Pale skin in the light of the cult film on TV and your swank pad. I'm not piss and vinegar as much as the rest of the world thinks. One night, 2 nights, or never again, just one moment of humanity without the fog of smoke and booze, a soul unshackled by the chains of an image. Teach me to love myself and to love you. Teach me to be more than a glorified gopher, a mercenary for hire who's feeling rapidly out of date and obsolete. Teach me to be all the way alive.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got one more. This is covered shit.
Covered shit.
This
We
is
took the tarp off of it. It's still kind of.
this is by an old friend of mine, Mr. Eric Norris. This is in his book called Cocksucking on Mars, which is still available.
I want to buy this just to have that title.
Oh yeah, no, it is an awesome book. But this is by Mr. Norris. This is called Ninja Love.
I picked this.
It's Melly selected this one. Yep. See, I also like audience participation. Love is like a ninja hiding in my heart, fingering a star that glitters in the dark. His face is invisible, his mission here obscure. I have no idea who he might be working for. The Emperor? Perhaps he works for you. Let's see. Your eyes suggest you hope he flings that star at me. Thank you very much. I'm Cher Guevara. I might be back for one more song.